Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Terciano.
And I'm Michael Schneider, and welcome to another edition of Variety's Awards Heat, where we analyze and dissect the hottest Emmy races. This time out, we're looking at the Drama Actor category, which last year was won by, well, this man right here, Billy Porter from Pose. He's one of the contenders again this time, but why don't we break things down? Danielle, kick us off.
Sure. Well, Billy was a newcomer last year, so I want to start with the newcomer this year, Tobias Menzies from The Crown.
If that man wins, the want is out.
He took over the role of Prince Philip in season 3, and he scored a Golden Globe nomination in January. So I feel like that helps him a little bit with this Emmys race. I think also the fact that the roles are so beloved by the Academy. Matt Smith played the role previously, and he was nominated in 2018. So it kind of feels like the combination of the show itself and the actor makes the nomination. And so I feel like here Tobias has a pretty strong shot.
Here's someone who has been nominated many times, but has yet to actually win one. Bob Odenkirk, who once again is killing it over on Better Call Saul.
Welcome to my world.
There's only one season left beyond this, so this is one of the last chances. But nonetheless, he's been consistently amazing in this role, in sort of showing his dramatic chop. And Bob Odenkirk, definitely, again, a contender this season for Better Call Saul.
Yeah. So since we're talking now about returning contenders, I'll shift to Jason Bateman from Ozark.
You have done nothing but fight me on this.
I was trying to protect our family.
That is such a tired excuse.
He was nominated the last 2 years in this category. So, I mean, that alone, it feels like what's going to break up this streak. Season 3 was another stellar performance. And winning the directing Emmy last year, I think, also doesn't necessarily hurt. He's got a little extra visibility this year, potentially nominated again as an actor, as a director. Plus, he was on HBO's The Outsider, which just seeing his name a million times on the ballot maybe could push him over the edge, but I don't necessarily know that he needs that help. I think just the track record he already has and the work that he already did puts him as a front runner for a nomination for sure.
Next up, we mentioned Billy Porter, of course, the incumbent winner from last year. Now it's season 2 of Pose.
We are dying, and it's time that we fight.
I'm not posing for a mugshot.
He was fantastic in season 2, once again, as Pray Tell. There isn't a season 3. Right now, we'd normally be watching another edition of Pose, but because of the pandemic, everything was put on hold. That would have sealed the deal, I think, for him. But nonetheless, no one doubts that Billy Porter is not a huge contender in the drama actor race this time.
I'd love to actually do something different with this next one. I mean, we normally only highlight one contender at a time. I want to talk about the trio of This Is Us.
That kid is my whole world, and I feel like I'm letting him down. By the time I'm 40, I'm gonna have a wife, I'm gonna have a kid.
You should probably date somebody first.
Why do you always gotta be a buzzkill? Huh?
For the last 3 years, both Sterling K. Brown and Milo Ventimiglia were nominated in this category. Sterling actually won once. This year, Justin Hartley is joining them, and he's going lead as opposed to supporting. And I just feel like it's such an interesting time for that to happen. It's such a stacked race already, and there's always the question of whether or not co-stars are going to split a vote. So to see the 3 of them join this race, I think might actually hurt all of them. I feel like there's a chance of them being edged out by some of these people that we've talked about as being newcomers.
Yeah, that's a tough strategy for a show this late in the game. Maybe if it was season 1 or 2 when it was still the hottest show on TV, perhaps. But, it's cooled off like any show does this long. So now we get to 2 of my favorites. Succession stars Jeremy Strong and Brian Cox.
How are things between you and your dad?
Pretty good.
I always wanted one of you kids to take over.
Now, speaking of actors that could potentially sort of cancel each other out, I don't think they will in this case. I think, if anything is hot enough to get 2 nominations this year, they both had an amazing season 2 of Succession. And I think people want to see both of them up there. Maybe, who knows? Maybe, again, I've suggested this before, maybe Jeremy goes and does his L to the OG rap while Brian Cox looks on somehow remotely. Maybe the producers will be able to pull this off. But nonetheless, this was quite a year for both of them, and that's why they're both true front runners this season.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine they're both your picks.
As much as I do love those two, I do feel like, Succession it's going to be around for a while. There's going to be opportunity for both of them to get some Emmy love. But we are, like I mentioned, running out of time for Better Call Saul. And honestly, Bob Odenkirk has taken a character that seemed like a fringe joke of a character in Breaking Bad and has really developed it into something truly amazing and really interesting, and is a reminder that, some of the best dramatic actors out there actually are comedians. So I'm going with Bob. How about you, Danielle?
Okay. No, that's a great choice. And I hate to call him an underdog because he's so deserving, but he hasn't been pushed to the top yet. My pick is someone who has been, Billy Porter. He already won last year. So, in some instances, a voter may say, I don't want to give it to him again, but I just feel like the work he did in season 2 was heads and shoulders above the already great work that he did in season 1. So I would just love to see Billy still on that track, still being celebrated. I'm always going to be a cheerleader for Pose. You can just put that on the Chiron next to senior editor. I own it. It's fine. So Billy will be my pick.
Billy's looking at you and he's very happy. So that's it for Drama Actor. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for another category here on Awards Heat. I'm Michael Schneider.
I'm Danielle Terciano. Thanks for watching.